Hi, my name is Mark, and welcome to SyncEzy's Procore SharePoint integration. With the Procore SharePoint integration, you can put in place a single integration that connects all Office 365 apps from SharePoint, OneDrive, Microsoft Teams, and Windows Explorer. There's a free plan that you can use to get a trial up and running. You can use up to 5 projects and up to 2 gigabytes of data can be synced. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes to set it up yourself. And obviously, there's support available if you need any assistance with that. But to give you a chance to get it up and running, see how it interacts between Procore and SharePoint, and see obviously if it's going to be something that you'll use and be useful to you. For all of SyncEzy's integrations, we offer 24 hours a day, 5 days a week support, which includes live chat, phone, and email support. We're also SOC 2 Type 2 certified and have been for the last 3 years. And we're also certified by the App Defense Alliance as per the CASA protocol. So we've met stringent security requirements. And if your company has requirements around security before you can make a purchase and start to use the software, we can make sure that we can meet all those requirements and respond to any inquiries that your IT department might put forward. SyncEzy is trusted by hundreds of Procore customers worldwide. So we've got some quite big companies, including Tesla, LG, Graphic Packaging, and other Fortune 100 customers. But in addition to that, we've got many other businesses, from small businesses to large businesses, that trust us to provide the syncing of data between Procore and SharePoint to help keep their business operating efficiently. In terms of how it works, the two-way sync operates every minute. So regularly going through and looking at one system or the other to identify if there's been any changes and then bringing the document back and updating it in that system. So as you can see here, any documents that sit within Procore will then be synced into the SharePoint folder and vice versa. And we'll dive in a little bit later and run you through the system. In terms of the Procore tools that we support, we've got documents, photos, RFIs, and submittals, which are synced to a new or an existing document library in SharePoint or OneDrive. And in terms of the benefits, because it's an automatic sync, it means that when a document is updated in one of the systems, it's automatically going to be updated in the other. So you don't need to manually go through and make those changes. You have SharePoint sites per project or per company. So depending on how you've structured SharePoint, we can work with any of those scenarios. You can share data easily with non-Procore users. So if you've got a limited number of people who are using Procore, you can have obviously the rest of your business accessing the relevant documents via SharePoint. You can search by text inside files and photos. And obviously, you've got the ability to use the SharePoint collaboration tools and collaborate on documents and also provide some offline access if required. The local file explorer and job folder structure also obviously is something that is a really useful tool within the SharePoint environment. And it supports all types of files and all different formats. So it means that no matter what it is that you're using, the different type of documents that you use in your business, it will be supported by that. Using the SharePoint integration also allows you to use all the best SharePoint features in document text search. You can sync it to multiple computers. There's obviously folder level sharing and permissions, image and document previews, and text search in an image. Additionally, with the Procore integration to SharePoint and OneDrive, you can sync all your Procore data to your local PCs, and you've also got the ability to sync that documents and photos through to Macs and iPads as required. So what I'll do now is just dive into the system and just sort of show you how that works. Once you've registered for free onto the integrations portal, you'll be able to see all of the integrations that are available. So just navigate down to Procore and then through to SharePoint. You'll then be able to see some more information as well as the pricing. Once you've started your free trial or purchased an integration, it'll appear here under the My Integrations. You can then bring that up, and see the dashboard for that integration. The connection process is really simple. Simply logging in to Procore and SharePoint from the app, and that will actually connect the two systems. Once that's been done, it's just then a matter of configuring it. So when you want to add a project, simply choose the correct company profile and then select the project you wish to sync. You can then choose the different tools that you'd like to include in the sync, and then it's just a matter of going through, finding the right SharePoint folder or site, selecting the appropriate library, and then choosing the folder that you wish to sync it to. Once that's been done, that will then appear here as a synced project, and you're able to then go through to File Manager and see this in more detail. So here we're looking at the documents, but you could also look at the other tools if you wish. And you'll be able to see here that in Procore, here's the folder structure that we've got, and in SharePoint, the mirrored folder structure. You can then drill down into those and have a look at the different either subfolders or documents that have been synced. You can see here that we've got a tick, which means that the documents are up to date and in sync. If I wanted to go through and have a look at the documents in this particular location within Procore, I could click on this link, and this will take me through to the relevant project and the folder. And the same applies if I want to have a look on the SharePoint side. If we dive into the relevant systems, I can see here within the Documents tool, I can see these different ones. And if I wanted to add a new document, bring the document across, that will then appear here. And then if I was to then go into the portal, I would then see that the document has been added to Procore and is now starting to sync into SharePoint. Now, depending on the number of documents that are syncing and also the size of those documents, it can happen fairly quickly, or that it might take a little while for that sync to process. Once that document's been synced, a green tick will then appear. And it will then appear, obviously, on the SharePoint side as well. If you were to go in and add a document on the SharePoint side, once that's uploaded in SharePoint, it will then start to copy back into Procore and keep that updated. If you're collaborating on a SharePoint document and whenever that is saved, it will then be logged in the system as being updated, and that will then put a new version into Procore. And that will happen every time there's a change which is saved on the SharePoint side. In terms of available support, there's the 24/5 support chat down here. Click on that and you'll be able to start up a chat with one of our agents. And if they can't answer it in a couple of questions time, often what we'll do is end up doing a screen share where we can then actually look at the problem that you're experiencing and then potentially talk you through what the fix is or take some information for further investigation. In addition to that chat, there is the Contact Us feature, which allows you to send through a request either from a support or sales point of view, or also billing if you have any inquiries there. And that will send through to the relevant people within our organisation. There is also the option for you to give us a phone call. And if you know that you need some extra time to talk through something, then there is the ability to book either a service or a sales call with one of our consultants here. Thank you for your time today, and look forward to having you come on board, try out the integration. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thank you.